Welcome back to our channel, Infinite Wisdom Asterisk. Let's be honest. Most men, good men, have been conditioned to believe that if they want a woman's attention, they have to chase. Text first, call first, keep the conversation alive, or risk losing her. But what happens when you do the opposite? What happens when you pull back? When you stop texting, when you suddenly go quiet and leave her wondering where you went? That's when a woman's real nature surfaces. And it's not what most men expect. Because here's the harsh truth no one tells you. Most men think silence means defeat. They assume if they stop talking to a woman, she'll just move on, forget them, replace them. But that's not how female psychology works. Not even close. Femament. You go silent, her mind spirals. She doesn't forget you. She starts analyzing you, questioning, wondering, replaying your last interaction in her head like a movie she can't pause. And here's the key. Those reactions, they reveal everything about her true feelings, her real level of interest, and whether she actually values you or just the attention you gave her. This is the game changer, because most men think that staying in touch is what builds attraction. They think consistency means connection. But in reality, distance builds desire, mystery builds value, and silence that builds curiosity. The kind that pulls her in deeper. You want to know what happened shouldn't you stop talking to her? She doesn't just miss you. She starts to feel you in ways she didn't before. She starts to wonder about you, to doubt her position, to even start chasing Yowsley subtly, sometimes without even realizing it. And that's exactly what we're about to break down. In this video, I'm going to reveal the exact behaviors women display when you go Zolent. Whether she's an ex, a girl you've been casually dating, or someone you showed interest but started pulling away. Response to your absence exposes everything. And once you understand this, you'll never again feel confused about where you stand with a woman. Because attraction isn't built through chasing. It's built through emotional contrast, through self-control, through understanding her internal emotional patterns and refusing to play her game. Master this. And you'll become the man who commands attention, even in silence. You'll never wonder what went wrong again. Sign number 1, she starts watching you closely. The very first thing that happens the moment you stop talking to a woman is this. She starts somewhat stalking you. Now, you might be thinking, no way. She's moved on, she doesn't care anymore. But that's the illusion, because while she may look calm on the surfacing side, her curiosity is on fire. Women are naturally observant. But when a Monwo used to give her attention suddenly goes silent, her emotional radar spikes, her subconscious whispers, something's off. Why did he pull away? What is he doing now? And why doesn't he care? Even if she doesn't text you, even if she's like she's unbothered, make no mistake, she's paying attention. And not just a little, she's watching everything you do. It's the first place she checks your social media. She becomes one of the first to view your stories. She reads every new caption, even the vague ones. She zooms in on group photos, trying to figure out who that girl is standing next to you. She doesn't comment. She doesn't like anything. But she's there quietly watching. She's trying to decode her silence. What changed? Is he over me? Is he with someone else? And thoughts of questions, they create something even more powerful than interest. Emotional tension and emotional tension. That's the birthplace of attraction. But this doesn't stop online. If you're part of the same social circle, or if she knows your daily habits, you'll start noticing subtle shifts in the real world too. She might glance at you more often. Pretend not to notice you when you walk in, but you catch her sneaking. A look when she thinks you're not watching. She might even show up in places where she knows you'll be. Coincidence? No, it's curiosity mixed with strategic presence. Let's say you used to text her every morning. You'd check in throughout the day. You were invested. But then you go Zolent. At first, she acts like it doesn't bother her. She might even post something that screams, "I'm too busy to care." But after a few days, she starts watching. She sees. You post a photo with friends, a gym pic where you look more focused than ever, a quote about moving forward and leveling up. And suddenly she's not okay anymore. She's wondering, why? Isn't he talking to me? What changed? Has he moved on? Or is he just done? Then out of nowhere she brings it up. Not directly.
Ow!
That would reveal too much. Instead, she says something like, "So, you've been busy lately. Casual, right? But don't miss what's happening underneath." That's not just small talk. That's her trying to get a read on you, to gauge whether you've lost interest or if she's just losing control. Because when a woman can't tell where she stands, she starts doing something powerful. She starts thinking about you emotionally. And when she starts thinking, she starts feeling. That's why pulling back is so powerful. It doesn't push her away, it pulls her in. Because no, you're the question in her mind, not the guy chasing her. But the man she can't figure out. And that Amelia, that's where the psychological shift begins. 2, she tests you with a random text. When you stop talking to a woman, she won't always react immediately. In fact, she may pretend like nothing's wrong. She might act like she didn't even notice, smiling, posting, living her best life. But as the silence drags on, something begins to shift. Your silence starts to get to her. That emotional tension we talked about, Noette's building inside her. And when it gets to a certain point, she breaks. But not in an obvious way. No tears, no dramatic confession. Instead, she sends a random text. Now this message, it won't be deep, it won't be emotional, it won't even make much sense. It might be, "Hey, what's up?" Or just a meme or a completely irrelevant question like, "Do you still go to that place you mentioned?" Seems casual, harmless, but don't be fooled. This text is a test. She's checking your availability, trying to confirm, are you still there? Do I still have access to your attention? Can I still pull you in without having to show my own cards? Because here's what most men don't realize. Women hate emotional uncertainty and your silence. It is created exactly that she doesn't know where. She stands now, and it's driving her crazy. So she reaches out, not because she's ready to admit anything, but because she needs data. She needs to know. Are you still an option? And if you jump in, reply immediately. Get excited. Drop asterisk everything and engage like nothing happened. Then congratulations. You just failed the test. You've reassured her that she still has you. That no matter how much time passes, no matter how she acts, you'll be right there waiting. And the moment she confirms that, she pulls back again, because now she feels in control. But the right move, it's what most men don't have the nerve to do. You remain indifferent. You don't feed the need. If you respond at all, keep it low-fert, neutral, and cold. Something like, "What's up? All good, busy, happy hour?" Well, no emojis, no energy, no validation. Yes. Now you've done something powerful. You've flipped the dynamic. She expected you to melt Tokus, to act relieved that she reached out. But instead, you're calm, you're detached, you're unshaken, and that makes her feel something she didn't expect. The fear of losing you. Let's say you used to text her every day, were always available. Then one day you stop. Days go by, maybe. Even a week. Then out of nowhere she sends, "Hey stranger," casual on the surface, but deep down, she's hoping you'll take Thibet. She wants to see if she still affects you. She can still control the rhythm of communication. But her S-trap, as most men, see this as a green light. They think, she texted me. That asterisk means she wants me back. But often it's not desire, it's control. She just wants to know that she can still reach you without offering anything real in return. So if you rush in, if you validate her again, if you go back to chasing, she knows she can still play the game and win. But if you don't, if you stand your ground and respond with quiet strength, then something rare happens. She starts feeling like she has to earn you, that your attention is not cheap, your presence is not guaranteed, and that is when you become valuable in her eyes. Because now she's not reaching out to test. She's reaching out because she's drawn to you. That random little text, it wasn't random at all. It was a window into her internal struggle, and how you respond determines whether you stay in the game or get played again. 3. She asterisk posts to get your attention. Let's talk about social media, the modern battlefield of subtle manipulation-based silence. It creates curiosity. And when a woman feels like she's no longer the center of your attention, she doesn't always reach out directly. Instead, she starts broadcasting. She turns her Instagram, TikTok, or Snapchat into a carefully curated mess. Not to the world, but to you. Without saying a word, she's trying to say everything. Suddenly, her posts become more frequent, more calculated. You'll notice it starts with a stunning selfie. Perfectly lit, perfectly posed, and posted right when she knows you'll be online. Then comes the cryptic, quote, "Don't chase. What's meant to be will find its way." Or something like, "Sometimes silence is the loudest answer." You know, it's vague, but it hits because part of you feels like it's directed at you. And honestly, it probably is. Here's what's really happening. She doesn't want to message you directly. I would make her vulnerable. I would show her cards. So instead, she plants emotional breadcrumbs. A thirst trap here. A mysterious caption there. A story about having the best time with friends. Even though she told you last week she was feeling bored and burnt out. Everything she's doing is designed to pull you back in without her having to make the first real move. And here's where most men fall into the trap. They see the selfie, they like it, maybe even comment something flirty. They watch her story and let her see their name pop up in the viewers list. They assume that emotional quote is an invitation to reconnect, and the moment you engage, she wins. Now She knows, he's still watching, he still cares. I still have control, and that small hit of power that reassures her ego, even if she doesn't trespass to you directly. But when you don't react, when you see the story, but don't flinch, don't message, don't engage, don't validate. That's when semi-thing inside her shifts. She starts checking more often. Did he see my post? Why didn't he comment? Why hasn't he said anything? And now instead of you thinking about her, she's obsessing over you. Let's say she posts a photo at a rooftop party looking incredible, surrounded by guys. It's not overly romantic, just close enough to make you wonder. She's testing you, poking your emotions, trying to see if she can still get a reaction. But when you don't bite, when you remain unmoved, no, she's not in control anymore. You err, because attention is a form of validation, and validation is emotional currency. When she can't cash in on your attention, she starts feeling the loss. Try to post more, make it more obvious, push just a little harder. And the moment she realizes that her usual tactics aren't working, she starts to spiral. Not publicly, but inside. Because now, for the first time, she's questioning her own value. Here's the deep truth. Women understand social media psychology better than most men. They know how to create curiosity, trigger fear of missing out, and pull emotional strings, all without sending a single DM. But what happens when none of it works? What happens when the man she expects to chase stops playing the game? That's when she starts to feel like she's lost something valuable. And that's when the chase begins, but now she's the one chasing. She acts like she doesn't care. At this stage, everything about her seems calm, normal, even happy. She's not texting you. She's not checking in. She's not showing any obvious signs of missing you. If anything, she looks even more relaxed, laughing, posting, glowing up like nothing ever happened. No emotional breakdowns, no drama, just total silence. And you start wondering, did she really move on that fast? Is I that easy to forget? But here's what you need to understand. If a woman genuinely moves on, she doesn't need to act like it. She doesn't need to prove anything. She doesn't need to put on a show. She just lives. So when she starts broadcasting her indifference, when she suddenly seems so unbothered, that's not peace. That's a performance. Women are emotional creatures, but they're also experts in emotional control when they want to be. If she feels something but doesn't want you to see it, she'll hide it like a poker player hiding her cards behind a smile. She might feel confused, she might feel hurt, she might even be second-guessing herself, but she's not about to show her hand. So what does she do? She creates an illusion, a calculated calm, a carefully designed emotional mask. She's not texting first on purpose. She's no tasking about you through mutual friends intentionally. She's avoiding any mention of the situation strategically. Why? Because her silence isn't just silence, it's a test. She's trying to see, can he handle this? Will he reach out first? Will he panic and try to fix things? Because the moment you do, she wins. She regains the emotional upper hand. And this is where most men fold. They start overthinking. Did she ever care? Was I just a placeholder? How can I be fine while I'm still feeling this? That emotional panic leads to action. Just like that, you break the silence. You reach out. You text her. You ask if everything's okay. It's the second you do, she knows she's still in control because you just revealed something. That you're still emotionally affected while she looks untouchable. But here's the deep psychological truth. Real detachment doesn't require a performance. A woman who is truly let go, she doesn't need to act strong. She doesn't need to post about her peace. She simply disappears. No games, no cryptic stories, no vague quotes about moving on, just gone. So when she suddenly becomes loud in her silence, when she's putting effort into showing you she's unbothered, that effort is the evidence. Because if she truly didn't care, you wouldn't even be in her mind. So what do? You match her energy not in arrogance, not in pettiness, but in power. You stay grounded. You stay focused on your own life. You remain centered, not because you're pretending, but because you genuinely understand your worth. If she wants to act indifferent, let her. Asterisk, because the longer you hold your frame, the more pressure builds on her side of the emotional scale. Eventually, she'll start wondering, why isn't he reaching out? Did he really move on? Was I not as important as I thought I was? And that's when her carefully built facade starts to crack. Because if she truly didn't care, you wouldn't still be echoing in her mind. 5. She tries to make you jealous. At this point, your silence has disrupted her emotional balance. You've pulled back. You've remained grounded. You're innate chasing. And that creates a very specific reaction. She tries to spark something in you. Jealousy. Now, why does she do this? Because she knows exactly how to trigger a man's primal emotions. She knows what will sting, what will shake your confidence, what will make you second-guess your decision to go silent. And if she feels like she's losing your attention, she had. Many emotionally reactive people do. Try to reclaim power by making you feel like you're the one missing out. Suddenly she starts casually mentioning your men. This guy at work, he's hilarious. Met someone cool at the gym. He reminds me of you. It doesn't sound serious, right? But make no mistake, the message is intentional. She wants you to visualize it. Picture her laughing at another guy's jokes, getting attention, maybe even being desired by someone new. It's not a confession. It's not a real connection. It's a strategic, emotional poke. And the average guy, he takes the bait. He starts feeling anxious. Is she replacing me? Was I not good now? Should I step up before I lose her? And that's where he loses the game. Because the second you start competing with an imaginary threat, the second you show her that you're emotional erective, she knows she's still in control. And guess what? That's all she wanted.
Oh.
But here's the truth most men miss. If she was truly into this other guy, she wouldn't be telling you about him. Women don't advertise their real interests. They pursue them in silence. If she's bringing up another man in front of you, it's not because she's moving on. It's because she wants to see if you still care. That's the entire motive behind it, to provoke an emotional spike in you. And if it works, she wins. Let's break it down even further. Imagine this. You haven't talked in days. You've been silent, grounded, focused, and then out off no hair. She posts a photo with another guy. It's not romantic, but it's just close and not a raise. Questions. His hands on her shoulder. The caption says something vague like, new energy only. Shadison tagged him. She doesn't explain. She just leaves it there, dangling. Forwo. For you now, here's where the test begins. You can take the weak route. Reply. Ask who he is. Act passive-aggressive. Comment something sarcastic. Let her know that it got to you, or you take the strong route. Do nothing. No likes. No comments. No story views. Silence. Because your silence now says more than 1,000 texts could. And when she realizes that even this didn't rattle you, that's when her plan backfires. She starts questioning her own value in your life, not because you saw anything, but because you didn't react. That's powerful. Remember, jealousy is a mirror. It reflects back what she wants to see in you. But when she looks in tight mirror and sees calm indifference, that's when she loses her grip. Because emotional manipulation only works on someone who is emotionally dependent. And when she realizes you've risen above that, she either elevates herself to match you, or she walks away defeated. 6. She comes back, but on her terms. You've been silent, unmoved. You didn't chase. You didn't react. And now suddenly she's back. Maybe it's a casual, hey, a reaction to your Instagram story, a comment on something random, or even a message that looks like a mistake, like she accidentally texted you. But here's what you need to understand. She's not coming back the same way. She left. She's not apologizing. She's not admitting she was wrong. She's not offering clarity or closure. She's showing up vague, casual, emotionally safe. Why? Because this isn't a true reconnection. It's this ESA temperature check. She wants to know, is he still emotionally available? Can I still get access to him? Is he still mine when I want him to be? This isn't love. It's not vulnerability. Control. Because if she truly valued you, if she truly realized what she lost, she'd return with effort. With sincerity, with accountability, not with emoji replies and one-word texts. And yet, this is where most men fail. They get excited. They think she misses me. She finally came back. She must want me gain. So, what do? They welcome her back with open arms. They drop all boundaries. They respond fast, emotionally, and with full enthusiasm. They don't ask why she left. They don't demand clarity. They don't protect their peace. Just like that, they give away all the power they earned by walking away. But here's the bitter truth. She's not back because she values you. She's back because she doesn't want to lose the comfort of knowing you're still there. There's a difference. A woman who genuinely wants you, she'll come back with words like, I've been thinking about what went wrong. I miss you, and I don't want to play games anymore. Can we talk? Really talk. Buddha woman who wants control, she'll come back when it's convenient. It's with no effort, no vulnerability, just a presence to see if you'll react. Let's say she messages you after weeks of silence. She doesn't acknowledge what happened. She doesn't mention the emotional distance. She just sends a flirty reel or a hey stranger message. Now, if you fall into that trap, she knows I can come and go as I please. He's still waiting for me. I'm still in control. And you've just undone everything your silence accomplished. So what's the move? You break the pattern. She sends a weak message, ignore it. If she acts like nothing happened, don't entertain it. If she tries to reopen the door, make her knock with intention. You don't owe access to Ozamian who walked away. And if she truly wants to come back, she needs to show it. Not through a text, not through a fire emoji, but through real energy, real change, and real respect. Because Amen who values himself doesn't. Reward and consistency. He doesn't respond to half-hearted efforts with full-hearted investment. He doesn't fall for weak attempts at reconnection. He doesn't let someone walk in and out of his emotional space at will. He knows his worth, and he mecca sure. Feel that worth not through words, but through standards. If she's not coming back with depth, effort, and vulnerability, she's not coming back for you. Her. She's coming back for control, and that's a door you should never reopen. 7. She moves on, or tries to. At some point, the silence becomes too loud. She gets tired of waiting, tired of wandering, tired of not being able to control the narrative. So, what does she do? She stops testing, stops posting for your attention, stops checking if you're still watching, and she tries to move on. But the key word here, tries. Because most of the time, she's not really moving forward. She's just running from the void your absence created. Running from the fact that her usual tactics didn't work. Running from the uncomfortable realization that maybe she messed up. This is when her actions become loud. Too loud. She might suddenly post a photo with someone new, a caption that screams, I'm unbothered. She might start talking about how she's never been happier, even though just a week ago, she was silent, conflicted. Peeking at your stories at 2 a.m., you see people who have truly moved on don't have to prove-it, they just do it. But when a woman feels the emotional weight of being ignored, when she realizes she can't affect you anymore, she has two options. 1, come back with sincerity. 2, or fake a new beginning. Most choose the second. She'll distract herself. She'll jump into a new relationship. She'll start talking to someone, anyone, who can validate her again. But that's not healing. That's replacement. Oh, she's not connecting. She's coping. It's not moving on. It's emotional survival. Because here's the truth no one wants to admit. Women can rebound fast, but they often process emotions later. She might have looked strong now, but that's just the honeymoon phase of avoidance. Eventually, the emotional dust settles, and that's when reality hits. She starts asking herself, did I really move on? Why am I still thinking about him? Why didn't he come back? And those questions create a new storm in her mind, because when she finally realizes that you never chased, that you didn't fight for her, that you remained strong in your silence, it triggers something powerful. Regret, and that's when her act starts to fall apart. The new guy. She compares him to you. It's the fake joy, it feels hollow. The validation, it doesn't hit the same, because deep down she knows she lost control of the one man who couldn't be played. Now, here's where most men ruin everything. They see her pretending to move on, and they react. They panic. They reach out. They ask questions, they chase. And the moment they do, she wins again. Because even if she wasn't over you, now she knows she still has emotional power. And that flips the script. But if you hold steady, if you stay grounded, if you do nothing, she has to sit in the silence alone. She has to feel it, question it, wrestle with it. And if she ever comes back, it won't be to test you. It won't be to play games. It'll be because she finally realized the value she lost. And if she never comes back, then she was never truly meant for you in the first place. Because here's the ultimate truth. A woman who can leave easily was never fully yours. But a woman who was pretending to be okay eventually breaks when she sees you remain unshaken. And in the end, the man who stayed calm, centered, and in control wins. Final words. The stoic path to power.
Ow.
To round things up. A woman never truly moves on until she finds someone who makes her feel something deeper than what you gave her. And guess what? That rarely happens. She may distract herself, pretend she's healed, tell herself a new story, but deep down, she remembers. She knows when she lost a man off value, a man who didn't bend to games, a man who didn't need to beg. And that memory, it lingers longer than any Instagram post ever could.
Yes.
So remember, your silence is not weakness, it's power. Dictate when you're worth her time you've already lost. The moment, you pull back, you force her to confront herself. Either she steps, opened, chooses you with clarity, or she fades away, exposed for who she really is. Either way, you win. I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a woman coming back after you stopped chasing? Or did she pretend to move on while secretly watching your every move? Drop your story in the comments. Let's build something real. This isn't just advice. This is strategy for life. Stay strong, stay focused, and always protect your power want. To take a deeper dive into these psychological dynamics, join my Podia community link in the description. It's packed with insights that will help you master your masculinity in today's dating world. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.